I'm back. Welcome, Honesties, to season 2. I took like a month off to recalibrate, rebrand and really do my podcast the way I want to. And I'm excited to be back. I'm your host, Zena. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for subscribing. Today's guest is no stranger to the show. I'm actually very excited that this is my first episode of the new season. Welcome, Smart.
I love your show. Um,
Thank you.
I love your approach. I love the effort that you put into it, right? Um, and what I always say is just make sure that you dial into the the business of it because
Okay.
everybody is not um called to do this. Even though everybody's trying to do it,
Hmm.
I think you have something that is different, um, refreshing, nurturing. Um, and much needed, right? So just understanding that advertisement, having pride in yourself, making sure like, hey, when you recording, people are there, right? Like no empty seats, like
Hmm.
everything. Like you just got to be on top of your business, right? And um, that I think that is so important. And I think part of like we talk about manifestation and stuff like that, but part of the things that one of my mantras is grow your own roses,
Okay. What does
right?
that mean?
Um, I'm not waiting for someone to treat me like after like I got two more plays to put in the play, right?
Hmm.
And the energy is going to be different.
Yeah.
So if if the person recording, right, or a cameraman, somebody had a chance to be in a room with a Drake, a Jay-Z, or whoever they admire,
Hmm.
they're gonna make sure they're in that room,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But people show you how they feel about you by just how they react to you in terms of content, and that could affect your confidence. So you got to advocate for that same level of respect, right? Like, look, you're going to be you sitting. If I'm paying you anything,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
I
gonna have to do your
received
job.
that.
You're not gonna tolerate me. You're gonna celebrate me. And if you
Thank you.
don't, if you don't celebrate me, I'm gonna
Hmm.
call you out on it. I'm gonna remove you, and I'm gonna advocate for somebody to be in that position since your energy is not there, right? And for me, that's just I've I've always kept that at the forefront of my brand. I have to be celebrated. I have to be admonished. I have to be respected.
Hmm.
You know, and because there's gonna be people that fuck with you in that way,
Yeah. And
right?
also, it's like if I don't celebrate myself, like as you said, grow your own roses, who's going
Yeah.
to celebrate me? Like,
Hmm.
I can't wait for people to do it. However, I want it. I think I'm
You deserve it.
owed it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's it. And see that whatever that feeling of uncomfortability is, that's what I'm going to. I don't care about that. Like I told him, I don't care about that. I go, yo, bro, like, yo, you supposed to sit there, right? Because
Mhm.
if you filming somebody, I don't feel comfortable with somebody not being, or you, oh yeah, I'm doing nah. And whatever uncomfortable energy that creates, I don't care.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about, and I think that's very important in terms of being, especially being black,
Mhm.
being independent, going into maybe some markets that are oversaturated, right? Like you have to have that, you have to command that type of respect for what you do,
Mhm.
right?
You have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Because yeah, and I think I watch your stuff, look at your Instagram. I mean, I
Mhm.
love what you do. I think you take like you love. I mean, sorry. I think you take great pictures.
Mhm.
I think
Thank
you
you.
have a great sense of style. You speak
Thank you.
well. You have something is different, right?
Mhm.
So you have to make sure that you um stay consistent and don't be addicted to production,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So but these are all the things that I've done for myself, right? Like when I got dropped from the record label, I went live every day for 6 months, every single day, and nobody watched me
Seriously?
for 6 months.
So you kind of like just spoke to yourself like a
Literally.
monologue. Sorry.
Hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whoever you are, wherever you are. You're now tuned in to another episode of CEO or Die. Continuous effort, optimized, driven individuals evolving. That's what CEO or Die stands for,
Okay.
right? And so I would every day I would just talk, and nobody's watching. I mean, now I go Instagram Live, 1,500 people,
They love you
5,000
on
people, right?
there. Yeah.
So, but it was the consistency.
Mhm.
It was the consistency. It was the belief. right? And I always said to myself, treat me now how you're going to treat me later. These same people that see how empty this, listen, I can guarantee you by this time next year, that same person that didn't want to sit in that seat, which is that guy right there, is going to be a fan. No, I'm being honest. That same guy right there, when I step into a room, he's gonna want to be in that room. You know why? Because I add value to black people. You know
You
why? Because
do.
I'm building infrastructure. You know why? Because I'm building the industry. You know why? Because he's gonna realize that, oh shit, I might hear something to make some money.
Mhm.
Because one of his peers that really fucks with me is making money from me already. Right?
Mm.
So I'm gonna have that same air of confidence,
Confidence.
arrogance, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm gonna have that now.
It's
Treat me now, how you gonna treat
confidence.
me later. Because I'm gonna
Mhm.
remember. And I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm gonna say, remember that day I did the podcast with Zena and you was acting like you jumped. Yeah, 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 yeah. Keep that energy. Don't let him in here.
Mhm.
You have to have that level of, because if you don't, then you won't survive. Right. And then when you have that, that's about mindset, right?
Mhm.
You know, and then the next thing is advertisement. It's very, very important to cultivate your audience, you know, and identify what products does your audience consume.
Yeah.
And then
The
reach out,
niche.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then reach out to the smaller companies and say, hey, look, I have 10,000 people that saw this episode.
Mhm.
Hey, I think they would love your product. I'm a very lean company, which means I can pay attention to detail,
Mhm.
which means I can be, transparent. You can see everything, and I think I'll do a better job attacking these 10,000 customers than a company that has maybe a database of 10 million,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
But they're just running an ad,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like your micromanagement opportunities, because you're on the come up,
Mhm.
makes you more um appealing to an advertiser
Mm.
to spend their money to advertise with you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's how you're gonna grow. That's how you're gonna grow your the business of what you do. And then setting financial goals for the advertisement
Mhm.
that you create. And then doing strategic partnerships, and then looking at all these cameras. You can rent these cameras. It's a company called CSI Rentals,
Mhm.
right? And Adorama, right? You can rent these same cameras for nothing. You go to B&H, you can probably find some of these refurbished,
Yeah.
right? And then you can slowly, you say, okay, if right now, because you deserve more than one,
Angle.
right?
I
But
mean,
if you're being
mhm.
marginalized because your budget is for here, right? Which is okay.
Yeah.
Well, one, two, three, four is four cameras. Okay, I'm gonna set an advertisement goal for each one of these cameras. So I'm gonna
Mm.
go on B&H. I'm gonna see how much these cameras cost,
Mhm.
and then it's not about the camera, it's about the lens,
Yeah. Technically.
right?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna purchase maybe a less expensive camera. I'm gonna
Mhm.
rent. I'm gonna rent more. I'm gonna rent the expensive lenses, whether it's the Carl Zeiss, whatever them
Mhm.
top lenses are, right? Just about the glass. And then when I scale, so this is camera number 4 would be Staten Island restaurants.
Okay.
All the advertising you get from
Mhm.
Staten, right? Camera 1 would be Bronx schools, because schools are cutting you a check because
Mhm.
kids in high schools need therapy. We
Mhm.
guidance counselors are fucking non-existent,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
This camera that doesn't have a number on it. That's what you're making off Instagram, Patreon, or just public donations,
Mhm.
right? Also merch and digital products and services which you need to have,
Yes.
because I could
Yeah.
tell you have a great sense of style.
Thank you.
So it's like, okay, let's use that. And then camera 3 is for the bigger companies that you reach out to.
Mhm. I really needed this, like, because I've been thinking about these things, right? And I think it's a matter of allocating the time
Yeah.
to do the research and to really hone in on it.
Mhm.
And also, I don't have these conversations, like I don't really have anyone to mentor me, or
Mhm.
not saying I need someone to, but it would be nice
We all
to,
need, listen.
like.
First of all, listen. This is why I always address these stupid black people in media, okay? Because we don't have nepotism. Like I
Mhm.
spoke to the brother. I
Mm.
said, "Yo, hey, who's on Breakfast Club?"
Mhm.
Chris Nadler, which is the old program director for Hot 97. God bless him. Yo, because he actually sat me down.
Mhm.
I'm talking about, I was nothing. This is before I got my record deal. I was a fucking kid, right? And he sat me down. We had coffee, right? I bugged this motherfucker. I found him every right, and we had coffee. And he said, "Yo, listen, man, this is advertisement." And he
Yeah.
broke down fucking radio, and I said, "Oh shit!" Like, Because I kept thinking it, yo, it's the music, the music. It's like radio
Mhm.
doesn't make money off fucking music.
Music, yeah.
Music is just a commercial between the two ads. I said, oh shit, wow. Blew my mind, right?
Yeah.
So every black success in America since the existence has been immaculate conception.
Mhm.
We're not beneficiaries of nepotism, so we have to create nepotism. Conversations like this create nepotism because I'm putting brothers up on game.
Mhm.
So you feel like, yo, I gotta, you killing yourself. You paying this dumbass videographer all your money. He treating you like shit. When you can go to CSI Rentals on a Wednesday, hustle them because they Jewish company. So I think they close on a Friday, right? You get the
Yeah,
camera on like a
yeah.
Thursday. You got to bring it back on Monday. You go to Tisch building. Tisch is NYU, the film school. Peace God. The Tisch building is NYU. And they got a $50 million like editing fucking studio, right? You take some non-credit courses at NYU, you network with some of the people that's going to Tisch building,
Mhm.
right? You're already making content. They need shit for classes and shit like that. Now you got access to more cameras and editing, and now you're growing.
Yeah.
What we touching on is making sure that moving forward, when y'all producing the show, don't let nobody give you no more empty seats. Make sure somebody's here, et cetera, et cetera. It's just because you missed these things, right? Next thing we talked about is growing your own roses, right? Making sure that you celebrate yourself. Okay, like I just finished doing a TED Talks. I just did a Joe Rogan. Once the Joe Rogan air, it's over. Then the energy is gonna be different, right? And but I've had to learn how to validate myself, right? Very important, right? And what I also told her is she has to understand ad revenue and how ad revenue works. And you got to set aside that time to learn this business because the business is very lucrative when you understand the business, right? You can't earn of what you don't know. So lack of awareness affects your pockets, right?
Mhm.
So that's important, right? Like and so which was that point I'm making of every black success is immaculate conception. It's like everybody's Jesus.
Yeah.
I've never seen a race of people so phenomenal because we're creating individual success and then we're conditioned and brainwashed not to work together.
Mhm.
So I don't see my sister. I see my competition. You don't see your brother. You see your competition. You don't see your brother. You see your competition. You don't see your brother. You see your competition. And then now we just battling. Meanwhile, the white man, the so-called Jew, is making billions of dollars off of us because we just can't have a conversation. We can't just connect. And we can't just go the extra mile for each other because we don't understand the business. And we don't understand how to reverse that subliminal programming that's been instilled in us for over 400 years since slavery, not to work together, not to trust each other, to be divisive, right?
Mhm.
You $2 over lunch money. We don't own this building. So the people at WTF Studios, you don't own the building, right? You got some equipment, you got a niche market, you capital. I get it. I understand that. I'll dissect your whole shit. It's okay. You get it. We ain't pocket watching. However, right? If we work together, create industries, create unions, right? We supposed to learn from the music industry. We supposed to learn from Sam Cooke and them. Sam Cooke got beat to death with bats over fucking publishing. Prince, Michael Jackson allegedly got killed because he owned fucking Beatles catalog.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with R. Kelly. R. Kelly owned a lot of shit. Right? So I'm saying all to say this. We have to create these conversations are important
Yeah.
because we're talking about mindset. So when we're talking about manifestation, well, what are we manifesting?
Mhm.
We're manifesting you know, our own utopia. Right? We're manifesting our own industries. Wouldn't it be cool if What the Fuck Studios owned this whole building and it really was the studios?
Yeah, that would be dope.
Right? Wouldn't it be that? Like, wouldn't it be amazing? Right? Wouldn't it be amazing if you have your own real legit platform?
Mhm.
It starts with the business.
Mhm.
It's and being like having you got to be bitchy.
Listen.
You,
I know how to be.
I
Don't
know you do.
get
No, listen. I'm just saying. I'm confirming what you already know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be telling you this if I didn't think you could receive it, right? But I'm
You're
just saying
right.
sometimes you know what to do and you're capable of doing what you know, but you still don't do it.
Yeah. I do that a lot, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
So we talked about escapism, right?
Mhm.
Because what happens is the more you know you can do something and you don't do it, the more you feel like it doesn't go away, it accumulates,
Yeah. So now
right?
you need a distraction. Like,
Right. But the only peace you really find is when you overcome what you've been running from,
Mhm.
right? And see, so for me, to kind of like, because I was looking at some of the topics we was going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I was running, right? I was running from everything, right? And you know, my mother abusing me, not having a father, being in the system. Now I'm getting involved in gangs.
Mhm.
I'm doing, I'm doing fucking wild shit. And I'm running. And but the devil underestimated my strength.
Mm.
I'm running from
Speak
all
on
these
it.
demons. I'm running from all these demons, right? I'm running from all these demons, but he sent the wrong one. Because eventually, when you can't run anymore,
Yeah.
shit starts to catch
Mhm.
up with you,
Mhm.
right? But he picked the wrong demon to give me. And when he sent that wrong demon, he underestimated my strength, and he underestimated the strength that God gave me, and he overestimated the strength for the demon he was sending, and I killed the demon. You see? And then when I killed the demon indirectly, I found peace in facing it. I said,
Mm.
it was then I started looking at the other shit I was running from.
Mhm.
I said, no, I'm cool. I'm done running. I'm done running. Right? And see, the trick is for you to know who you are before you're in a predicament or situation to showcase who you are.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Because if you know who you are going into anything, you're gonna come out on top. Right? It's very important. So
No,
it took
it's
me,
so true.
yeah,
I
yeah,
I really do always say, like if I know myself and there's certain things I know about myself, there's nothing anyone can tell me about that because I'm already aware, right? I think the next step is taking action, right? Because
yeah.
it's one thing to be aware, it's one thing to try to manifest and visualize all these next steps or who you
Mhm.
want to be. But if you don't actually take action to make those changes or to, like you said, fight those demons,
Yeah.
then they're just gonna keep coming back up.
See, but there's maintenance for action,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
right? So you can
Expound.
only get you can only get this from people who really went through it, right? So
Mhm.
I love the conversation we had, before I came to the show, because you're talking about like, yo, hey, okay, let's talk about things you've really done, right? Like this is all this shit sound good until you got to actually do it,
Yeah.
right? I've never faced fear um by choice. I faced fear because fear caught me. It caught
Mhm.
up. And then I couldn't run back against the wall. Oh shit. Boom.
Now you have to
Oh,
face it.
I killed you. Wait a minute. Whoa, you wasn't that strong. All right, come on, motherfucker. Who else? Right?
Mhm.
So, you know, and this is why being present is so important. But you have to be present with affirmations. I
Mhm.
know what I want. I get what I want. I got what I want. I know it. Everything goes my way. I am blessed, protected, and loved. I am blessed, right? So these are the things that you have to have with you. You got to be present with your affirmations, right? How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. However, there's things that influence or affect your thoughts. So you have to insulate and isolate yourself from things that may influence you in a way that alters your emotions and doesn't make you feel the best or doesn't make you identify with who you really are.
Mhm.
So it's about changing people, places, and things, changing avenues, areas, scenarios, and confronting it. Because the devil jumps into people too. No, this is spiritual war too, right? You devil jumps into people. And when you see that energy, because you're gonna attract but also repel, right?
Mhm.
And when you're repelling, you can call out the repellent. You don't love me? Why don't you? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I know why. Yeah. We on different vibrations. We on different frequencies. And that's okay. Fuck you too. It's unapologetic. I'm not here to be your friend. Because you don't give a fuck about me. So I don't give a fuck about you. How long can you love something that doesn't love you back? And why do I even have to put a time limit on my middle finger going out? Fuck you off rip, right? Because there's somebody who does love me. There's someone who does value me because I love me and I value me. So that someone is me.
Me.
You
Yeah.
see? And then that me puts me on a vibration, which has a gravitational pull that will attract those who feel the same way about me as I
Mhm.
feel about me.
Ooh.
See?
Yeah, that's a job.
Right?
Yeah.
And then another thing is just going to my notes, right? Thoughts, perception, feelings, behavior, actions, habits. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. An emotion becomes a vibration. Vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. This is my mantra. It's what I teach our people, right? So now, but our thoughts create our perception, right? How you perceive something, you see what you look for, right? So when you change your perception, right, you change how you feel about what you're like. Think of it in terms of adversity, right? When I change how I look at this obstacle, I change how I feel. I'm changing my perception. I change how I feel about it. And then when I change how I feel about it, then I can overcome it. I can deal with it. I don't have to run from it. Okay. And then now the behavior starts to change. And then when the behavior changes, the actions change. When the actions change, the results change. And now you develop habits with the actions that you take. And then now you start to create these results. And then now over time, when you're consistent and diligent, now you expect these results to happen. Now you're entitled. Now this is entitlement. Now I know I am a God. I know what the black man is. I know what the black woman is. So when I speak with that. Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, what's up? Whoa, hey, yeah, I'm walking in like that. Right? And and so, but we're not taught who we are. Right? We're not taught who we are.
No.
Right?
They don't want you to know who you are.
Yeah. So when you understand, like, look at this, look how black he is. That's melanin. That's literally the sun. That's like a literally micro version of the sun that he's walking around with, doesn't even realize it. That's how powerful melanin is. You walk around with a micro version of the fucking sun on your body. Do you know how powerful, how much energy you generate just by having this type of a skin?
Trust me, I know.
You see?
It's very valuable.
But we're not taught that, because if we're taught that, then we can apply that. And then we can apply that. Now we're the beneficiaries of that. And everybody else is benefited off of what I said earlier, the lack of knowledge, our lack of knowledge of ourselves, right? So it's very important to understand neuroscience, physiology, how our body works, how our skin works, how it works with the sun. Now is the time to manifest. Everybody in the summer wants to drink, smoke, get lit. No, it's time. Now it's time to manifest. The weather. This is our we're in season now, right?
Yeah.
So, and the way to do that is having consistent conversations. The way to do that is to have affirmations. The way to do that is to be present, right? So how I've manifested everything in my life, I have to be very, very, very present. And then I have to identify, because you have to feel as if too as well, right? And a lot of times we focus so much on the space between the destination and not how we're going to feel once we reach the destination. So we never actually move towards the destination.
No, that's so true.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we're so focused on this. So it's starting point, end point. We ain't even worried about starting. We're worried about this shit in the middle so much. Damn, it's mad far, man. Damn, man, fuck it. You so worried about the space between the starting point and getting there, and not how you're gonna feel once you get there, because that feeling of actually getting there will convert into being there, right? You close your eyes and say, how do I feel? Right? And then you have to work on it. And then this is another thing I have, which nobody never really talks about, because I'm breaking this down, I'm learning as I go, right? Back to my notes, right?
Which one is it?
I said you have to
Because I almost forgot about feeling, to be honest with
no,
you.
it's important.
I'm happy you brought it up.
You gotta scale. You gotta scale feeling, right? You gotta scale. So this is, you don't have to, but I'm suggesting because application, right? I'm learning from applying, right? So if you want to get a car, but you never drove that car, the first step should be identifying, how does the car feel? Go to the car lot.
Yeah.
And sit in the car and hold the steering wheel and sit back and close your eyes and memorize, how does it smell? How does it feel? Right? And then when you're home and you're meditating, close your eyes and sit there and this is the steering. Okay, now. Get the fuck out of the way. Right? You now you can put yourself, now you start to put yourself in alignment, right? You start to raise your vibrations. Then now, because now you're scaling, that's like first level, right? Next level is, can I get on a test drive? can I find somebody who got a car, who got that actual car? Let me go around rich neighborhoods. Hey man, can I get a ride, man? Can I get a ride? You doing anything, man? Can I pump your gas? I just want to, man.
You just want to put yourself in that car.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to, right? Most people don't understand this. It's very powerful, right? And then now you say, okay, you see the car on the real road, and you go, whoa, you lay on the floor right in front of the car. I'm sorry, sir. I just had to get you to stop, man. How many? What's the MPGs? What's the miles per gallon this gets, man? How much gas goes into this car? How much gas? How much is the full tank? The guy will tell you. Then when he tells you, now you go to the gas station and you fill it up. Now you start saving money. Now you start saving money. Yeah, I gotta put some gas in my new Ferrari, man. Yeah, let me get. But you know exactly how much goes into that every day. And now you start putting that money aside, right? Now, because it's muscle memory. Now, if every day you're driving your car, you're going to be driving it a lot. How much gas are you going to be spending?
Yeah.
How much money you got to set aside for that gas?
Yes.
You start setting that aside, setting it aside. This is all preparation work.
Yeah. That's literally everything that was on your list.
Yeah, right?
You just,
So you got to scale. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. Vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So what does it feel like to be a millionaire? That's like, for some people, that might be like so far, right? Okay, how much does $1 million weigh? Let's start right there. How much does it weigh? And then go get the weights, put it in a bag, and close your eyes and just walk around with the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the universe will start bringing little by little more to you in alignment with what you're trying to manifest. And then you'll manifest it. So you got to kind of scale your inspiration. You got to scale your reinforcement. You got to scale your affirmations, right? It's not just, because sometimes people don't, it's very hard. I'm not going to say hard, but for some, it's a challenge to feel the same way every single day.
Yeah.
That's why I said you have to have a reinforcement calendar and identify, think of it like cologne. Think of it like food. Think of it like wardrobe. Okay, today if I got this salmon color shirt on.
That is pink. It is not salmon.
That's salmon, okay, right? And I got this, but I know Monday I'm wearing this shirt. Yeah. Tuesday I'm wearing this hat. Wednesday, right? So okay, Monday I'm got the gas money for the Ferrari. Tuesday I'm sitting in a Ferrari. Wednesday I'm driving a Ferrari. Right? So those are actions, right? But how do I feel once those actions are taken? So now I'm trying to identify how I have to feel or how I would feel doing these things with what I'm manifesting.
Okay.
Right? And then when I'm meditating, I'm in the house, now I'm like, okay. Beep, beep. Okay, yeah. Get the gas money. Okay. Yeah. So I gotta do 93, right? I gotta do 93.
What's 93?
Yeah.
That's how much a full tank costs?
No. You got levels of gas. So certain cars, so I got a foreign car, right? So every car I drive, I gotta put 93. If I put anything else in, it's gonna fuck up the car. It's gonna fuck up the engine.
Okay, like premium.
Yeah, like the 93 is 93, right? It's 93.
Listen, I don't drive, so I don't know.
No, but what I'm saying is, but that's an important thing to know when you're trying to manifest. It's the details.
Okay.
It's the details, right? Before I got my first Rolex, I would go to Rolex every single day and try it on. To the point where security standing by the door, they getting mad now. They think I'm trying to run. I'm trying to case the joint. They think I'm trying to run out with the watch. Hey man, I'm trying this. I'm sitting in it every day for like a year. And then eventually somebody came into Rolex who was a jeweler in the Diamond District, and he told me that he got broken Rolexes for $800. Old broken Rolexes. He said, now these shits look like shit, right? But I said, okay, well, I don't know if I want these. He said, well, I got this one right here too. It's 5,000. You know what I mean? But we'll put you on a payment plan. And I got my first Rolex. I ended up spending $15,000, but the payment plan.
Yeah, little by little.
You know what I mean? But the point of it, I didn't get it from the place I thought. I didn't get my first Rolex from the actual store. I got it from the Diamond District. From a third-party seller. However, I kept going to the place, right? I kept going, right? So you never know. The universe works weird.
Yeah. Yeah, like
right?
you visualize it, you put yourself there.
Yeah, and then
So it's just
it'll come. But that's why you have to be in receive mode. That's why you have to be
mhm.
open. You got to be receptive, right?
Mhm.
So that's how manifestation works.
What would you say is like
Yeah,
you would consider the greatest thing you've manifested so far?
just my confidence.
Okay. And how did you do that? I
By
mean,
s-
it's especially.
by
Mhm,
studying,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
By studying, by like really being on a hunt for like research on Black people and what we've accomplished,
mhm.
right? And just studying and studying. Then I looked at my facial
Mm,
features. I looked at images and hieroglyphics of pharaohs and shit like that. And I'm like, God damn, I must come from royalty because some of these motherfuckers look
mm,
like me.
yeah.
Like literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, oh shit. You ever see somebody like, oh, he look like him? So I looked at old pictures. I'm looking up shit, pharaohs and paintings of black gods. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh shit, I see a couple look something like me. Wait, hold up. Oh shit, that's fuck that. I can't. No, I ain't no nigga. That can't
Mhm,
be me. I ain't no
mhm,
nigga. No. So I think just the research, and then I started practicing affirmations,
mhm.
talking to myself in the mirror. Yo, you're special. You're special. You're beautiful. The fuck? Being
Like
black
every
like that was a joke. Look how dark he is. When I was young, we looked like
yeah, you used to get made fun of, for being dark
that
skinned.
wasn't it. That they
Yeah.
brain with it. Now that I know, I'm like, oh, that's it. Like that's it.
Yeah.
This nose, this
Mhm.
wide nose I got, that's it. Oh, word.
But that's the programming. Once you realize they
Yeah.
wanted you to hate those things about
But
yourself.
once you understand the
Mhm,
genetic benefits, once you understand the physical benefits of being black, and you
mhm.
start to whoa, y'all, yo, wait a minute, man. So that's how I did it. That's how I developed my confidence, right? To studying history, our real history, not some history that he said.
Yeah.
And our history is not slave. You know what
Oh,
I
I
mean?
know. I
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
And no, it makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
because it's like if they look like that and they were gods and goddesses,
What the
then
fuck?
how am I
And I
not
look like
that?
that. Then who the fuck am I not that?
Yeah, exactly. I do want to ask you, before we wrap up,
Mhm.
how do you like shut out the distractions?
So you gotta have goals and deadlines, right? Because we talked about okay, um, I think 'cause one of the questions was like, how do you feel about celibacy? And I think
Yeah.
every man and it needs to be celibate during his developmental stage, right? Like
Mhm,
acquiring the things that's going to make him a protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer.
mhm,
A man's role is to be a protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. So when he's in that pocket of accumulating the finances to be a provider, then he needs to be celibate. Accumulating the strength to be a protector,
mhm,
he needs to be celibate, right? Because he's in harvest. It's harvest time, right? And that man has to get his provision from God.
mhm,
So the man,
mhm,
so whatever endeavor or business or whatever that man has, the provision is the power that God pours into what he's doing that makes it fruitful. So now he can share with his family, his woman, etc.,
mhm.
etc. So he has to be really, really dialed into what he's doing,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's important to to
Because a lot of men may argue that that's not normal, for like genetically.
I mean, yeah, but when you're focused and you're locked into what you're doing, you're not gonna have sex anyway. Like
And
you
it's
could,
also the intention, right? If you're
mhm,
intentional,
mhm,
right, and you realize sometimes like sex, you need clarity, you need focus, you need discipline at the end of the day, right?
for
Hmm.
sure. But and again, that's why I said like, once you identify your destination and what you want to do,
Hmm.
you're not gonna remember I said you're gonna repel.
Yeah. You
So
feel.
when I walk into certain rooms, people, my energy, they don't fuck with.
Yeah.
And some people fuck with it, some people don't,
Hmm.
right? So certain females are not gonna like that man because he's on a certain frequency. You can't
Mm.
fake that. You can't mix that. You would have to lower your level to fuck some of these broads if you're a man and you're really focused on what you're doing,
Yeah.
right? So that I think that's important. Um um Wait, I want to make sure I don't miss nothing, right? Make sure I'm my bad.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
No, we're gonna make it work.
I know we will.
Um, okay, so we talked about um, okay, so manifestation is what you make tangible based upon your thoughts. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So it's not nothing tangible. It's not nothing external. It's all internal. Okay.
Hmm.
And whatever you want to manifest, you have to think about it obsessively. You
Hmm.
have to think about it all the fucking time. And this is how you manifest things, right? Um, I learned about manifestation by accident, right?
Really?
Because I just got so tired of feeling like shit.
Yeah.
And, I'm just like, nah, it gotta be more. And I'm saying that, right? But I would say it all the time.
Yeah.
And then now I started seeing things. And then I came across this book, Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon
Rich
Hill.
Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right? And then I get the book, and then I started reading the book, and then, right? So I came across manifestation by accident because I was dealing with so much in my life. I got tired of dealing with it, and I'm just like, damn, God, like, what the fuck is it? Is it more?
Yeah.
And I asked, and I spoke.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? When I spoke, something happened, and then I got new information, and I was able to. And that information was relevant to manifestation, which was certain books that came into my life based upon asking about it, right? So techniques to help you manifest is writing it down. Writing down exactly what you're going to have and saying I am in ownership of that, because everything that you add on to I am becomes added on to you, right? So a technique is like, okay, we did this on live. Close your eyes, right? I'm gonna count to 5. When you open your eyes, I want you to point to the first thing that you see that has the letter T in it. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect hydration.
Exactly. Right? So now what they call is that's called reticular activational systems, right? So now you see what you look for. You see what you look for. So now if you say to yourself, I'm gonna close my eyes, and when I open my eyes, I'm gonna find the information that's gonna make me rich. And then now you're looking for it. Right? Now you're looking for it. And you don't stop looking until you find it. So it's like a game. It may take you an hour, it may take you a day, it may take you a week, but you will find it.
Yeah.
Right? You will find it. So that's a technique, right? Also like meeting people that already acquired what you desire, and just talking to them,
Like putting
because
yourself in those
there's power
circles.
in proximity.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like rub off that
Energy.
rub off on you. So yeah, so that
Feeling it, you said visualization.
yeah.
Right.
Feeling it, right? They all got that. Then you said how has manifestation helped you stop searching for love that your mom never gave you? Well, it wasn't necessarily manifestation. It was just internalizing my self-worth and value, and having a new self-image of myself, and then giving myself that love, and then also studying and understanding what a woman's love is and what a mother's love is, and separating the two. Both are just as powerful, but I had to study and learn what is a woman's love and what is a mother's love. And how does a mother give that love, and how does a woman give that love? And then I had to separate the two. And then when I separated the two, and I was only able to separate the two because I loved myself. I wasn't blinded by that need, and that like a vampire wanting blood.
Yeah. Like
Right?
desperate for it.
Yeah. So that desperation blinded me from the information I needed for clarity.
Okay.
And then once I started to love myself, the desperation dissipated. And then now I could start to, okay, I can be open to friendships and stuff like that. So I don't think it was manifestation that helped me deal with it. I think it was, correcting and improving my self-image of myself. Last thing. I got you. Last thing we talked about, goal setting. Just basically, so what goal setting is, you got 24 hours in a day, timeline your day, okay? So set aside, so literally write on a page, 1 to 24. The numbers represent the hours in a day. The last 3 numbers, right? 24, 23, 22, that's when you sleep. And everything else, you write down 5 things to do every hour on an hour. You timeline your day, that'll increase your levels of productivity. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for these gems. Thank you for giving me my flowers. Thank you always for
Thank you for having me too.
conversations.
We gotta do that. We're gonna do another Instagram live.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you on next week, Friday.